Hello, Dees fans. Mad Demon here, and we are going to go through what people are saying online about the post-match game against GWS. We're going to start off with Reddit here, and footy is great because of games like this, and footy sucks because of games like this, and that's exactly it. It's a game that you go in thinking, hey, we're probably going to get beat by a bunch of goals, probably a 6-goal, and then you're in it for most of it. You see players absolutely break out, and it sucks you into getting to win, and then you walk away feeling gutted. Where if you had been told at the start that that was the result, you would actually walk away pretty happy. That is absolutely right. Brad Green's burner. Don't really know what to say. We took everyone's consensuous flag favourites right to the last minute in a game we should have won. I still think we're playing finals footy, and this gives me hopes we can play a top 4 game. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I don't know how we fit both Petty and T-Mac in. I think maybe T-Mac might have to go forward, and you drop one of Jefferson, Fritsch, or one of them, I guess. AJ was the biggest highlight for me. Incredible as second ruck and completely changed the look of our forward line. Yep, that's pretty much how I felt about the game. I thought he was awesome. How do we fit them? By dropping Howes. What about McVie comes in? I feel like Bowie, Howes and McVie are all sort of that like small defender kind of thing. You're only going to fit 2 in. Howes, I thought, had an average game, but then once he got subbed out, Toby Green was left on his own without. I don't know who got put on Toby Green after that, because it seemed like Toby Green was just running around on his own after Howes came off. May at full forward. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Max could have used Cozzy out there today. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we would be 2 goals better if he was out there crumbing. That is a good call, absolutely. Great game considering 6 debuts. No May, first game of the year. GW, that sounds pretty much like my last review video. Yep, plenty of positives. True, although Briggs and Hogan in for GWS would have changed the tone. Yeah, I guess you could say Hogan and May out is probably even. Jake Stringer also missed for GWS, so that would be interesting. Best team doesn't always win. The new kids are always looking good. Yeah, I think we were probably the best team, but we probably should have had another goal or 2 up on the board. But that's just what happens, Lindsay looks very good. Yeah. Petty back in defence was good to see. Yeah, he had great intercept marks. Bowie, yep. Football sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, awesome performance. We gave track 3 votes. Yeah, it was pretty bloody good track. I, for one, welcome the post-goal Irish music. I absolutely hated it at the start, and the more the game went on, the more I kind of liked it. And I said to my brother, if we win, I'm going to do a jig at the end of the game. And we didn't win, so no jig at the end of the game. So for Jim's game, yeah, why not? Round 1 every year, let's go. Or round 2, whatever is closest to St. Pat's Day, I guess. But yeah, look, any excuse to celebrate Jim Steins is a good reason too. So yeah, get around it. I don't mind it, but I don't think we should do it for for every home game of the year. That would just be way overkill, and yeah, I'll probably want to tear my ears out by round 5. Man, that hurts like more than usual. Played with so much heart. Lots of love, but man, it hurts. I love seeing them play with hearts. Set shots could have made a world of difference. Yep, absolutely. Set shot kicking was terrible. Game was 21 or 22 behinds. Yep. Just didn't take enough. Fuck's sake, this team can't win close games. Oh look, we've had a few sucky ones in the last year or 2. But this one reminds me of the Carlton final a few years back. Yeah, we just I hate that game. And it's all looks pretty good there. So yeah, basic sort of sentiment there on Reddit. What have we got here? Glad we kept an extra tall out there in the wet. Helped with our run late in the game. Yeah, that's a great point there. We probably would have been better to take a tall off and get some more run. Felt like nobody could take a mark in that last quarter. Yeah, okay, that's a bit rough on Goodwin, I think. Good effort pressure. Umpiring was all over the place, and we got the rub of the green. A little bit. It was like 3 or 4 high tackles that were definitely missed all in a row. But, you know, I don't know if we lost really in the last minute. I feel like we lost in that whole last quarter without really, you know, troubling the scoreboard too much. As soon as Goody left the box, it all went to shit. I'd like to know when he left the box because I was at the game and didn't see it. 3 goals inside 1.5 minutes to start the third, 8 goals for the rest of the game, and 1 in the last when we had the lead. It's 100% the same shit as last year with some new faces to make it seem less shit. GWS were crap, but that was one of our better performances for the year and we still lost. I think that's a bit rough. Oh well, was expecting to be majority let down, only let down a little, so that's nice. Yeah. Lindsay is so effing good. Windsor is a jet. Both should be in the midfield full time, but no, we might actually go somewhere and look better if we did stick with the contest bomb, the entries in. I didn't think we were contest bombing it that long. There was a few panic kicks here or there where they just needed to kill his face, but I don't think that was a huge issue. Keen to give the magician an extended run. Is that what they're calling Jeffo? Is he the magician? It's a bit of an interesting one. Didn't we already see you, mate? Didn't you already post? Anyone have the stats on set shots goal? I suspect that's where we lost it. Yeah, it's probably... Don't even know what that means. I mean, if we were holding the pen and wrote the story, it's okay, but how about the ending needs work? Like to learn. Unfortunately, I had a few people go missing. JVR and Fritsch were basically unsighted. I think that's a bit rough on JVR when he's on arguably the best defender in the league. GWS are a better team, so I'm not super upset. Yeah, man, they're a top 4 side. They have been a top 4 side for years and continue to be. Oh, this guy's back again. Wet game. Rue gets a pass. Fritsch is a soft footballer. He should play good in the wet. Yeah. Viney and Oliver Cripple, this team only need one of them. That's an interesting take. I've never thought about that. Like, they're both similar as in like they both sort of crack in, but they're different players in the end. Like Oliver has a bit more zip and acceleration to his pace and is the handball king in my opinion. And Jack Viney's the one that's going to go in harder. Oliver won't put his head over the ball the way that Jack Viney does. So I think maybe you only need one rotated in the midfield, and maybe that's where we sort of went wrong in the end, was having Oliver, Viney and Langdon in that last centre bounce with Christian Petrarca running up from centre half forward. Maybe we needed to swap either Viney or Oliver out for track and have one of them, and have maybe Viney run up from centre half forward. And then, yeah, they probably should have had Windsor at centre half back to run through the game there and run up from that part to block in. But, yeah, I actually don't feel bad. Disappointing loss, but nice to be back at the footy. It was a chill vibe today. I have no expectations this season. If anything, the younger guys can show something. It's a good attitude to go taking in. I actually really enjoyed the footy. After having so many hot days, it was nice to actually sit in the cold and get rained on a little bit. Although, to be honest, I'm shit scared about North and Marvel next week. Yeah, Zero will be a good test. Yeah, it's going to be a good contest for Max. When we'll see how AJ goes up against him. I hope Cos feels bad. Agree with the form he was in the preseason would have been the difference. Massive loss in a wet MCG. Glad I went. Thought we played much better than expected. Midfield looked better than all of last year. Absolutely. We looked more aggressive than last year. Tough conditions against a premiership contender, and we hold all the judgments. Star for game. Lindsay, my boy. Yep. Solid. Yeah, he's easily going to play 200 games. He already looks like he's played 100. Yeah, I also feel like we were probably the better team. I said to my dad at like half-time or three-quarter time, we should be 1 or 2 more goals up with the way that we've played. Chin was all right when we were actually moving the ball and not pack crashing. We play well, but being there, it looked like nobody had any run left in our forward line. Yeah, it was just cooked by that last quarter. Really, it seemed too much running when you're not winning the contest in the centre. You're just defending too much and doing too much running. Toby Green ended up being the difference in the last quarter. I felt an absolute gun, who I thought had a down year in 2024. Overall, I was going to say, not sure Rivers is going to hold his position with some of the new players coming in and showing a lot more. That's a bit rough on Rivers. I felt like Rivers kind of didn't get a fair... He's in that position that Tom Sparrow's been in for the last few years, where he's sort of getting some minutes, but he's not getting enough to really show what he can do for a full game, because those minutes are going to Viney, Oliver, Petrarca and Langdon. If you're going to say that Salem is a waste of a list spot, you don't know footy. Yeah, Fritsch did look absolutely lost. You just don't know what's going on there. I wish I could work that one out. Yeah, Green and Callahan were good. I thought Tom Green was a big difference as well. He didn't play last week, so it was his first game back. And, yeah. Yeah, losing clearances around the ground was a huge one. Here we are, expected score. This is what we want. What are we looking at? Yeah, so it's saying that pretty much like the shots that we took were, they're not from the ones that we missed. Like these ones here probably could have scored from, but there's a lot of ones that didn't make the distance, or they're on tough angles, or we should have scored 7.9 more points based on the X score, and if we do that, we win. So yeah, that's footy, eh? That's footy. But that's yeah. Anyway, go follow Andrew Whelan. He's pretty great. I know I said I don't care, but man, I would have liked to get a W in the end. That's how we all feel. Round 0 effect. We looked cooked in the end and struggled with defending their defensive. It should have defended that last kick in better. Absolutely. It almost would have been better if that ball went out of bounds instead of yeah. Stick your honourable losses up your ass, Melbourne. Yep, we all want wins. Everybody wants a win, we know. But when the way that I look at footy is, it's about the way that they play. Like there was wins that we were getting in 2022 where we didn't like the way that we played. It's like, well, do you want the results, or do you want like the effort to be there? Do you want the game plan to be there? Do you want I think we look much more like winning a premiership this year with this game plan than we have in the last 3. Like we've actually got some quickness around the ball, which is incredible. So, we're obviously going to go and dissect that last quarter, and we'll get better. And we just need to get enough wins to make finals. And if we get to the end of the season and there's 20 games under the belt of all these young kids and the 20 games of cohesion, anything can really happen. Anything can happen. Man, I really don't understand people that think that Salem needs to go. He played his best game in years. He was so clean with his kicking. Just, yeah, I love going through this to see different people's opinions, but sometimes I'm just absolutely perplexed by some of them. Mate, the only expected score was me expecting we'd score fuck all in the last and choke it away, which I've been expecting for years with this team. The rest is just cope for some footy nudes. No, that's how you cope. You want to cope with your expectation by assuming that we're going to lose halfway through a quarter. Like that's you just going into protection mode in your own brain. Like you're easing the thought of a loss for yourself in anticipation of it. It's not like, oh, we're going to choke it away. You're just like, you're coping for yourself, bro. Don't try and palm it off to the team. Yeah, absolutely. Lindsay was fantastic. Yep. Between forward and mid, it's going to see his numbers go down a bit. Yeah, absolutely going to see his numbers go down a bit if he's going to play a bit more forward. I think it's going to be good not having as much pressure on him. But it was good to see him taking on tackles, man. Like, he was taking on tackles. He's taking hits to those ribs, and he was solid. Yep, they were great. Whipping Boy Sparrow deserves some credit, absolutely. I gave him some props in the other video. Forward set up, too crowded, stodgy, structureless. Absolutely, it was definitely too crowded. And yeah, I actually agree with a lot of what this guy has to say, other than his, this is just absolute marking out. This is just cope mechanism stuff. Like, well done, you're going to predict that your team's shit. Like, there's nothing to be proud of about being like, oh, I knew we were going to lose. There's nothing to be proud of there. Like, that's not being a supporter. But other than that, JPT, you've got some good analysis here. Oh, what do you think of karaoke D? Karaoke D is fucking stupid. Like, why would you say, hey, everybody come sing this song, we're going to do karaoke, and then not put the words of the song up on the board? Like, that's just dumb. My dad even turned to me and goes, I've never heard this song before in my life. And I thought that was bloody hilarious. But yeah, no one knew what to do. You can't say, oh, we're going to do karaoke D and then not put lyrics up on the board. If you said, hey, we're going to limp sync D it up or whatever, like those stupid American shows that they do, then yeah, we could probably try and do that. But I'd rather watch some poor fan try to chase Ed Langdon. Not a fan. Poor song choice and words not being on the stream. Yep, exactly. Very, very silly. I think a lot of the time there's people at the club that just have no idea what they're doing when they think about like engagement stuff. Could you imagine sitting at the table around there being like, hey guys, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to come up with? For our halftime, quarter time stuff. And they come up with that. Ridiculous. What have we got in Demonland? Proud. Yep. Had your chances. Debuts were pretty good. Points. Pretty good overall. Grading out for first games. Giants dismantled the Pies last week and we had them on the ropes for most of the game. Absolutely. Yeah, we should have done a lot better in that last 30 seconds. Absolutely. But, you know. Really disappointing result, but thought it was promising guns. A contested lane looked sharp. Pressure was good. Track back to his best. First game has all added something. Lindsay is clearly already a gun. Yeah, this is a bunch of the same stuff we've been saying in the other things. Is there any other new? Yeah, absolutely should have killed that last minute 30. We should be doing better at it. Yeah. I think Cozzy... yeah, everyone's upset that Cozzy's not there. Well, the only way to rectify that is to get an interception, play better defense. But, you know, when you're cooked, and, you know, they're all running, and it always seems to be a bit easier to run on offense for whatever reason. Windsor, Sharp, Jeffo, Anderson. Yep. Yeah, so if you want to look at it, look how young that is for goal scorers. 7 goals from young kids. Yeah, Lindsay, 22 disposals, 6 tackles. He was so good. And that's what absolutely changes your team, is when you get some young guns that just slot straight in and they're going to be in your team straight away. Same as when Oliver first started, just bang, straight into the side. Pickett, bang, straight into the side. And they just go. Rivers, straight into the side. Yeah, so Windsor was straight into the side. Now Sharp comes straight into the side. AJ comes straight into the side. Henderson comes straight into the side. Crazy. And this is what changes your football club and the efforts. Great signs from Jeffo and a few others. I was really happy with them. Turner might come back in. It'd be interesting to see. I think he was had a bit of illness or something. It was why he was not selected in the team. We've clearly matched up very well with GWS, or they match up well with us. It's always a thriller. I understand why they've made the move, but I don't like Fritsch as a high half forward. He's our best goal kicker, and having him outside forward 50 is a waste. Yeah, I'd agree with that. We do need him having shots on goal. That's it. But he's also a great kicker and a great connector. But yeah, he was absolutely lost out there yesterday. Track and clarity better for the run. Didn't lose anything down back with May out. Fitness must be pretty good for both teams. Heavy ground and no pickle juice in sight. Yeah, it was not cramping. So yeah, it looks like we're pretty fit. Yeah, no one really adding anything too different here. So I think we'll just wrap up the video there, because this is about 20 minutes of looking at people's opinions. So yeah, thanks for watching Mad Demon Footy, and I'll be back with a few more videos reviewing some other stuff. Cheers.